welcome back to SPX 2023. My name is Joe.
I'm Rusty.
And with us is...
Ashley Jablonski.
What's going on, Ashley?
What's up?
Not much. Last day of SPX, and it's been really fun.
Have you thought about the fact that there is only a first and a last day of SPX? There's just not a day of SPX?
Yeah, no in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Getting up and then...
is this your first SPX?
This is my second.
Second, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I was here last year, too. That was my first year. Yes.
How did it go?
It went really well. And this year I taught a workshop, so
wow.
that was great. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, giving wonder to the mundane is what it was called, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us more about what it entailed?
Yeah, so I had prompts and exercises for them to do, essentially just like giving wonder to like everyday things. So we drew like an everyday object, and we played around with like color, texture, text, emanata, stuff like that. And then we made a comic about breakfast, and then we did a comic about a commute to work. So it was a lot of fun.
So what draws you to the interest in adding wondrousness to everyday things?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
So no, it's like the idea is to kind of instill in these people an idea to question these everyday objects, to try to fill them with wonder. What brought you to that concept?
So I really like slice of life comics and slice of life kind of just like prose and stuff like that. And I think it's really important just to like kind of give wonder to every day. Otherwise, it's kind of just boring.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess the mundane can also be like a mundane reading material.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. And then it just brings wonder. So then you could be like, oh, this is very engaging. Like there's something that I'm learning and finding in here. So like a little nugget of treasure among everyday things. So yeah.
I do believe that, basically things are what you make of them. And so you can treat everyday encounters, everyday events with a specialness, and it becomes more special. But it also kind of becomes more engaging with others. Like if you treat a random Tuesday as a big deal, there's a high likelihood you might get somebody else to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Have you done this sort of workshop elsewhere?
Nope, this is the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I think it went well, and I got to see like what they made afterwards, and it was all really great. So
that's such a rewarding thing.
Yeah, and I like to like kind of make a practice of like a ritual, kind of like even in my work. So I like usually light a candle, kind of clean my space, but definitely light a candle and put on like a soundtrack to listen to, and then that's like when I create. So it's kind of just like something that like spark something for me. So yeah.
So you do comics yourself?
Yes.
That's what you're here primarily for.
Yes.
So, tell us about your comics.
So I like to do graphic memoir, diary comics. I also like supernatural, kind of like ghost lights, ghosts, vampires, that type of a thing.
Those are as far apart as it can be.
I know.
Because there is the everyday life that we are all accustomed to, as well as the fantastical that doesn't exist.
Well, as far as you know.
Buddy, I've checked.
Okay. Well,
I have not yet found a vampire that I'm aware of.
You have not read their memoirs, apparently.
I did not read their memoirs. No, I did not. So you have comics about both?
Yeah.
What is it that, do you alternate, or do you kind of stick with one type of comic for a while and then you go back?
So it's very interesting how I work. Like I know there are people that are very like, they plan a lot. And then I think there's this term that I heard of, and it's called pantser. So you kind of like fly by the seat of your pants, and you kind of just like do it in the moment, like the spur of the moment. And I think that's really important for me, is like that feeling. So like if I'm in the mood to make something, like I'm just in that mood, and I try to carve out how much time will lend to like that mood.
You try not to question too much and just go with it.
Yeah.
That spontaneity like helps a lot.
Yeah. So I'm not much of a planner, but.
Well, the thing is, you can't really like plan for mood,
That's true, yeah.
Well, you know what, though? I challenge that. She has a ritual where she sets up in order to exacerbate her creativity. That is planning for a mood.
That is planning for a mood.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's planning for the process, but then the mood has to be there just to do it.
I mean, maybe.
There's a lot of breakdown going on with this
Yeah, I know.
plan and mood.
I did want to ask, what type of candle do you burn?
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh. So it depends. There's this artist that I really like, Brett Manning, and I really like Brett Manning's candles. Otherwise, there's a set of twins that also make candles, and so they're called Little Ghoulia, I think. So they kind of like have dried flowers and herbs in it,
Ooh,
and
nice.
they have like kind of a cinnamon spice or like pine. It smells very earthy. So, yeah.
So that's what you kind of lean towards?
Yes.
Now, if you were smelling an earthy candle, if it was
Yes.
filling your space, would that earthiness, that reality, make you want to do a slice of life comic? Or would it make you want to do something fantastical? Or does it have no correlation?
That's interesting. I think I'll have to think more about that.
That's true.
But I think it depends too. Like, I tend to make stuff that is more magical, like at night. But I guess if it's like during the day, more so, and there's a lot of light, probably more slice of life, mundane stuff.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
So, how have your comics been received at SPX?
Really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
By coming at it from two totally different angles, it kind of broadens what people might be able to engage with. Because there's some people that are like, I'm only into auto-bio, I'm only into, like slice
Or at
of
least
life.
only like looking for certain things.
Well, that's true. Yeah, they could be into anything.
But then you can draw in different crowds.
Yeah. And I think I'm trying to like also find the balance of like magical, like supernatural, spooky, but like also the mundane slice of life.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I've been figuring out with like, I've been doing paintings, like acrylic paintings. And so I found like antique portraits, and I kind of just repaint those portraits and I add ghosts to them.
Interesting.
So, yeah, but we'll see.
That's a good mix of the two, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Are
been
you
fun.
afraid the spirits of these dead artists will come back at you and be angry at what you've done with their paintings?
I hope not.
Yeah. I mean,
But
we all
I
hope
have been
things,
thinking about
but
that.
only one of us is teasing
It's always
the
good
dead.
to consider it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're poking your finger in their eye.
I hope
They're
not.
Dead.
But you
I
know
hope
what?
I'm paying respect to them.
There you go.
I mean,
And if you provide a pleasant candle, it'll help. keep
oh,
it
that's
calm.
true.
Yes.
The spirit might show up angry and be like, man, I love pine cones. Now
Yeah.
what?
You know what? Yeah.
Man. So, you did the workshop. What did you think you gleaned from giving the workshop to others?
What was the question?
So, like, you had the workshop that you did. Did you glean anything from the process of your end of it? Like, did you learn anything about creativity or what you might be interested in?
Based on like the reactions of the
Yeah.
folks.
Oh, that's very interesting. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think that's
I
a
know
valid
I
answer.
did.
It's probably going to take a little bit for
It's
that
still
all
too
to
new.
like
Yeah.
settle in. Yeah.
It takes me a little bit, like a couple of days to process things.
Oh, yeah?
But yeah, I mean, it
Would you
was
be
just.
open to doing that again in the future?
Oh,
if you
for
enjoyed
sure.
it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think the thing too is like all of the moments of teaching has like made me want to keep teaching.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
think it kind of opened that a little bit more of like, I do like doing this. So
Yeah. So had you done something like this before outside of SPX?
So not with that workshop, but I did, like, I teach kids how to make comics.
Okay.
So, and I usually go to libraries and do that, and that's really important to me. So,
Nice.
yeah, I want them to be exposed to as many comics as they can. So, and like have that, because like I think when I was a kid, I just wasn't exposed to a lot of them. Like for me, it was just kind of Captain Underpants, which was
Okay,
great, but
That's also
that's
just
all
one
I
comic.
knew. Yeah.
Very limited. Yeah. So.
Yes. So that's all I knew until college. So, yeah.
Nice.
That's really cool. I think the kids are crazy because we talked about this yesterday with someone else that helps teach kids comics. And it's just they have no expectations. You don't know what they're going to come up
Yeah,
with.
no like preconceptions. So none of the
Yeah.
like baggage that we have as we're older.
Yes. They really surprise me in very pleasant ways. And they teach me some things that like I didn't know, and having fun with the process, which I think we forget sometimes.
Absolutely.
It just like brings me back to that, and like, like if they have an idea of like doing one kid did like popcorn and then the setting. Like, it was a piece of popcorn in a community of popcorn, and it was in a movie theater as the setting. And I was like, oh, wow, you can literally make a zine from this.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for
that's
sure.
fun. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Do you have any other projects that are cooking that you're working on?
So I'm trying to work on a graphic memoir.
Okay.
I was taking a break from it. So I was at Center for Cartoon Studies, and that was my thesis.
Oh, wow.
And then I took a break from it, and I'm kind of coming back to it. So that's what I hope to finish. And then there's this, I interviewed some stone carvers in Vermont, and I really want to continue that and finish it. So, because it's just very interesting about the process of like making headstones and like how it's small scale, small studio versus like commercial, and how that differentiates, and just like the different textures and like, you know, the textures of the hand and stuff that you can get versus like a laser or something.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow, that sounds really
Interesting,
intricate.
Yeah.
It's always interesting to have like to take something like that where it's like a very specific artisan thing, and then basically do another medium to tell that story. You know, like to do comics based on somebody doing art in a different medium.
Yeah, and it's like, it's interesting trying to figure out how to tell a story, like someone else's story. So, yeah, and especially in comics, which,
Sure.
yeah, so it's been a lot of fun.
Nice.
Do you think that we should have headstones when we're still living? That'd be pretty cool.
Some do, actually.
Well, tell me more.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
He's on it.
So, for different reasons, sometimes people are just like, I don't really want my family to take care of this, or like, I just kind of want this, or I want to like make sure it's next to like my partner. And so they have a tombstone where it just has the date of birth or the year of when they were born, and it doesn't have an end date because they aren't dead yet. But yeah, so some do it when they're still alive.
Wow, what about like at their home, like in their front yard? Like if you want to know who lives here, oh, just look at the tombstone in front. Oh, that's old Ken. He lives there. You can tell because that's his tombstone. That's his living tombstone.
You probably would have to change the name though, because it's not a tomb at that point.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
A homestone?
A homestone.
Oh my.
A life stone.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That does sound like it's like a birthstone that nobody's using. Oh yeah, I'm an onyx. I'm a life stone.
A life stone.
Man. We have a very difficult question for you.
Okay.
Would you like to answer a mystery question?
A what question?
A
mystery
mystery
question.
question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All
Let's
right.
bring in the machine of mystery questions.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's.
All right, let's get you.
So I'm
making
just
sure.
twirling it.
Hold on one
There's
second.
a, yeah,
Okay.
there's a quarter. Just gotta make sure that the truck has a
Okay.
quarter.
Make sure the truck's loaded up.
Truck's being difficult. Let's bring it in. Let's bring in the big quarter truck.
Whoa. So I'm gonna turn it.
Wait a
There's
minute.
a, there's a
Oh.
quarter in the back
Got a
of the
quarter
truck.
right here.
Oh.
There we go.
Each question costs
Yes.
a quarter.
This is questionably elaborate.
Oh, it's unnecessarily so.
Yeah, I guess not even questionably. It's just elaborate.
Excellent.
All right.
Should I give this?
So you go ahead and pop that open,
Okay.
and let us know what your question is,
Yeah.
and then you answer the question.
Okay, so it's not a question.
Oh,
wait.
what have
What
you
have we
received?
here?
It says you forgot to wish Rusty a happy birthday.
Oh, what the?
Oh, yeah. Why did you do that?
It was the quarter.
Oh man. Well,
all
you know,
right.
happy birthday, Rusty.
Thank you.
I mean, it's
Happy
not your birthday
birthday.
now.
No.
Happy belated and future birthdays.
Look at that.
You
Late
know what?
and early at
I'm
the
not
same
late.
time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Yes.
late. I'm early.
That's amazing. that saved it. That's perfect.
I will only be early from now on.
That's the way to do it.
I'm just gonna start telling people birthdays whenever I see them.
Happy birthday.
Okay.
For
yeah.
the next one.
My
That's
birthday's
the new
not till
greeting.
December. Yeah, I don't give an F. You know what? Your birthday is then, and I'm not gonna see you then.
Happy
and
your
I
next
don't
birthday.
want to see you then.
Oh wow.
And I'm talking to you, Rusty.
It's aggressive.
Wow.
How dare you put that question in there that I wrote? How dare you?
How dare you?
How
I thought
dare
you'd be
you?
the subject of this stunt question. What are you doing?
Now let's presume that there's someone out there in the wide world of the internet who wants to find out more about your comics. Where might they turn?
So I have Instagram, Ashley Jablonski Art, or my website is ashleyjablonski.com, and that is because hardly anyone knows how to spell my last name. Jablonski.
Excellent. Yeah, I have a last
Perfect.
name like that too.
What's your last name?
My last name is Machovi. And when
Okay.
you see it, people don't know how to pronounce it. And it's not, I'm not
Mochove.
blaming them.
Yeah.
I was like, I got it. But like, nobody knows how to pronounce my name. It's Mochove, Mokove, like it's a hard CH.
Yeah.
I don't know where this is coming from, but it's fine.
Yeah, let it out. It's fine.
And we've talked about this before because Rusty's last name is relatively simple. It's Rowley.
It's Rowley, but it's Rowley, and
But-
people say Rowley.
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
And there's that thing, I'm sure you've gotten it, where like somebody says that you correct them, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Like it's the worst crime ever committed. And you're like, "No, man, my last name is a challenge. It's fine. You're not the first, and you're not going to be the last."
Prepared for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So they can go to your website with your crazy last name.
Yes.
And they can find out more about your comics.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
sitting with
thank
us.
you.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
It was fun.
It was.
It was a good time. Had by all.
And I got multiple birthday wishes. It's great.
Yes,
Yeah, but
past
not
and
for
future.
later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing for now.
No. Because it's not your birthday right
That's
now.
not now.
No.
That was a week ago.